Donald Trump put out just a disgusting message about Mitch McConnell. Now, y'all know my feelings about Mitch McConnell. I don't like Mitch McConnell at all. But this is not justified. And it is as close as you can get to a death threat from one public figure to another without it directly being one. I mean, I think you could say this is a direct death threat. But of course, people will say, oh no, he was talking in figurative terms and whatever. So let's take a look at this and then we'll take a look at some of the responses. So on Truth Social, he wrote, is McConnell approving all of these trillions of dollars worth of Democrat-sponsored bills without even the slightest bit of negotiation because he hates Donald J. Trump and he knows I am strongly opposed to them? Or is he doing it because he believes in the fake and highly destructive Green New Deal and is willing to take the country down with him? That was one sentence. Everything I just read you was one sentence. Oh my gosh. In any event, either reason is unacceptable. He has a death wish. He has a death wish, says Trump. Must immediately seek help and advice from his China-loving wife, Coco. Do I even want to say that? That's just Coco Chow. So then also being racist towards his wife. Of course, she is from Taiwan, if I'm not mistaken. And so he's tapping into that. Wow. A death wish and then making a racist statement at the end there. I mean, that is very threatening. He's saying, we don't like you. And because of your actions, you have a death wish. To me, that is pulling from the obvious fact that we're all aware of, including Donald Trump, that his followers like to go after people that Donald Trump doesn't like. And so when Donald Trump makes it abundantly clear he doesn't like someone and then says this person has a death wish, that seems to be a death threat. I don't know. Do you think I'm being hyperbolic? I don't think I am. That seems to be exactly what that is. And then here is just one of the most awkward television interactions I've seen in a while, where Rick Scott, Florida Senator Rick Scott, gets asked about this remark from Donald Trump and makes the weirdest, most kind of mumbly and uncomfortable response I think he possibly could have given. Take a look.
Senator, I know you're understandably very focused on what is happening in your state of Florida, but I have to ask you about what appears to be a threat by former President Trump against your colleague, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell. Trump said, quote, he has a death wish for supporting Democratic-sponsored bills. He also mocked McConnell's wife and his own former Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao as, quote, China-loving and Coco Chow. You're a member of the Senate GOP leadership. Are you okay with this?
Well, look, I can never talk about, respond to why anybody else says what they said, but here's what is the way I looked at it is, I think, what the president is saying is, there's been a lot of money spent over the last 2 years.
This is a senator, guys. This is not a middle school kid giving a presentation in front of his class. This is a senator.
We've got to make sure we don't keep caving to Democrats. It's causing unbelievable inflation and causing more and more debt. As you know, the president likes to give people nicknames. You can ask him how he came up with the nickname. I'm sure he has a nickname for me. But here's what I know. We got to watch how we spend our money. We got to stop this inflation.
So his initial response is pretty much, go Trump. I support what he said because I also think that we shouldn't spend that much, which the specifics of that criticism don't even make sense because Mitch McConnell has actively tried to block much of the Democratic Party's agenda, 100%. So pretending like he's on board with all this is silly. But regardless of if he is or not, which he's not, this wouldn't be a justified response.
And I don't condone violence, and I hope no one else condones violence.
Nicknames are one thing, but this appears racist. Is that okay?
It's never, ever okay to be a racist. Look, I think you always have to be careful, if you're in the public, eye, how you say things.
What are you doing? Speak, please.
Make sure you're inclusive. You want to make sure, like yesterday in the neighborhood I was in, we had people probably from 10 countries that live there. And so that's what's great about this country. And what I know what I try to do is try to...
Okay, I'm cringing too hard. I can't watch it. I can't do it anymore. So I don't know. Racism is bad, he says. Yeah, sure. To me, the racism obviously is bad and is common among this brand. But it's the death threat that I think escalates to a new level, that is a new low for Trump, even beyond the language he uses all the time to demean people in that type of way. So very, very bad. Rick Scott not able to give an effective response as to why this is not a horrible thing for Trump to put out to all of his followers. And we'll see if Mitch McConnell responds. Usually he just lets these things go, but we'll see.